Hey guys, this is Mellow Modesty on YouTube, and today I wanted to review for you guys a Batman story that I just recently read. It is called Batman Legends of the Dark Knight Freakout. And it was printed in Batman Legends of the Dark Knight between issue 91 to 93. And it's written by one of my all-time favorite comic book authors, and definitely my favorite modern comic book author, Garth Ennis, with art by Will Simpson, who I've never heard of before, but his art is quite good. So, I guess I'll explain the story first, and then I'll go into, what I think of the writing and everything. So the story is that these two cops, Oakley and I forget who else, I forget her name, but they're like private detectives, and this one guy's dad or granddad or something hires them to go and get their grandson or son, I forget, but he hires them to get him because he fell into this drug crowd and they don't want him getting hurt. And so when they do, there's this huge shootout, which is sort of ridiculous, but there's this huge shootout, and then over the intercom, or not intercom, but over the message machine, there's this message by Dr. Freak, that guy, and Oakley, I believe his name is, recognizes the voice from being a Vietnam vet with him named Freaker, and you learn about what Freaker did to make him so angry with him, and so yeah, he basically stays around and tries to find Dr. Freak or Freaker or whatever you'd like to call him, and he wants to kill him. So one thing I would definitely like to talk about is the covers. The covers are really awesome. There's Mr. Freak swimming in his pool of blood / LSD 2000. And just an awesome cover. And then this one has Batman and the two detectives. Probably my least favorite of the three covers, but it's still pretty awesome. And then definitely my favorite of the three covers, Part 3, which has Mr. Freak or Dr. Freak and all these bat signals, and then Batman flying over him. And this is just an awesome psychedelic picture, and I'd want to get a huge poster of this. I would hang it up in my room because it's pretty awesome. The art on the inside, however, is not quite as good as usual. Usually the cover art is better than the inside art, but the inside art is still good by this Will Simpson guy. The art's still good. I would say it's above average, nothing special though. There's Batman. And this fucking creep. And if you want to see what Dr. Freak looks like, there's Dr. Freak swimming in his pool of blood / LSD 2000. Which is something I want to bring up. I mean, minor spoilers, but they do bring it up in the first issue, so I wouldn't really consider it a spoiler. Is that this LSD 2000 hallucinogen thing it's basically just the blood of people who have used LSD before, because he says that the LSD is already in their bloodstream, so he just cuts them open and uses it again, and it's a more potent, stronger version. Which I find sort of funny, because, I don't know, that just seems very implausible for that to happen. And then also a lot of the stuff these people experience on LSD, I LSD isn't really a hardcore hallucinogen. It's more of just like tremors and colors. Like if it was DMT, I would sort of understand more, but... So here's a really good picture of Dr. Freak. He's wearing the whole, like, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club jacket and no shirt. Total hippie, but totally insane. I guess he's for the love and drugs, not really peace, though. There's another picture of him out looking on the city after he reveals his evil plan. So, yeah, the art is rather good. Not fantastic, but definitely above average. Now I guess I'll talk about the writing by Garth Ennis. Garth Ennis has publicly said several times that he hates writing superheroes because he thinks they're completely unrealistic and implausible. And I went to a panel with him in Comic-Con, and that's exactly what he said. He said, if I ever do write superheroes, I always like to treat them like shit, and basically just make them horrible people, as seen in The Boys. He treats superheroes in that as basically the scum of the earth. But obviously, since this is DC, and Batman is one of their most popular superheroes, I'm sure DC was like, you gotta give Batman some respect. He's like our most popular guy. You can't treat him like shit. And, sort of brings up a point. Why the fuck is Batman in this book? Batman did not need to be here. It could have been about these two cops and Dr. Freak. Like, Batman is a completely useless character in this book. I would say this is one of Garth Ennis's weaker works, but it is still very good, and I would still definitely recommend it, especially because these issues are rather cheap. I'm not sure they've been collected in a trade, I don't think so, but the issues themselves, I got all 3 of these for like $5, so yeah, I would definitely recommend it. Garth Ennis, however, does write amazing dialogue, and that's why these two characters are sort of the stars of the show, because they, like, it's like a buddy cop sort of thing, and I've always wanted him to write, like, a buddy cop comic, just because his dialogue is so well written and some of the best in comics. And so they play off each other very nicely. Yeah, I mean, there's not really too much else I can say without spoiling a lot of it. I guess, like, my closing comments would be that this is a good series. I highly recommend you read it. It's cheap, that's another reason I highly recommend you read it. And I just thought it was sort of neat to read something by Garth Ennis that I had no idea. Like, when I bought these, I didn't know they were written by Garth Ennis. I just saw the covers and I was like, damn, that's awesome. And, Batman didn't need to be in it. Mr. or Dr. Freak is a pretty awesome villain. And they're written quite good. So, just gonna show you the covers again and then be out, because the covers are awesome. Issue 1, Issue 2, Issue 3. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this review, and if you have anything you'd like to recommend for me to review, please do. That's always appreciated. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Have a nice day. Later.